National Finals Rodeo is here, and joined by two of the three voices that you will hear this week at the NFR if you're in the arena. Wayne Brooks, who has announced the National Finals Rodeo for how many times now?
Oh, I think this is 13 if you were counting, yeah.
And Roger Mooney, this is your
ninth time around.
Yeah. Wow. This thing, it's an animal all by itself, isn't it, Wayne? I mean, I wanted to make sure I caught up with you guys early in the week because when we get in later into the week, you don't have any free time. You're working on the rodeo every day, all day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest challenges here, and Roger can back me up on this, is information. Getting through the information. We get hundreds of pieces of paper from everybody about cowboys and girls and stock and production and scriptage, and the list just goes on. So, yeah, wading through the information each day to really know that you've got what you need to be prepared for that night, that's one of the toughest things that we deal with.
Well, and okay, this is a little bit inside baseball, but dealing with all that information, Roger, in a rodeo that is 2 hours, basically, I mean, you're on a clock with this thing. It snaps off in a hurry.
There's no hiccups here. I mean, you better hit your britches. The wagon is loaded when you come to Las Vegas. Like he said, it's an information overload. Bronx Bulls and Babes, the boys are back in town, and we're ready to go.
So let me ask you about one change that I know is going to happen, and I don't know how much you can say about this if it's supposed to be a surprise. There are no horses in the Grand Entry this year. How's that going to look?
You know, we're not going to know that till tomorrow afternoon, and that's one of our busiest days. You've been around. You've seen it. So we'll leave here, all three of us, at 7 o'clock in the morning, stay there till 4 or 5, come back, get ready, go to the dinner, and then we're not done till, 10:30 at night. So it's a full day. But within Wednesday, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, will be the rehearsal with the contestants. So we're not real sure 100% how it's going to look. We know that that's going to happen, and I do know that information is already out there on social media. But, whether we're horseback flags or carrying flags, or I think we're going to focus more on the events, bareback riders, bronc riders, and things like that, rather than the states. So that's just kind of the information that we've been fed so far, and we'll know a whole lot more.
Roger, I remember my days of when I used to put the NFR on the radio, and we'd sign off, we'd say goodnight. You guys would sign off, say goodnight. And as I'm taking my equipment down and doing some other things in the arena, you were there for an hour after the rodeo was over, working on tomorrow's opening. When I say this is a full day, I don't know that folks understand the time commitment that you guys are making every day that you're here to be ready for the next night's performance.
I would say for 14 days, we're 14 hours a day. Then we go to 21 hours a day. Once this thing starts, a lot of entertainers that we use in opening ceremonies, they're at other venues. They do their warm-ups, they do their mic checks, they do their rehearsals at 2 in the morning. And if that's what it takes, Wayne and Roger will be there.
What was it like the very first time you announced the NFR? You remember your very first night at this rodeo, what it was like, what your emotions were?
Well, that was 2000, so that's 25 years ago. Thanks a lot. I didn't think I could feel any worse, Steve.
He was 9 when he did it, by the way.
But anyway, I mean, probably at that time, maybe butterflies the size of turkey buzzards. But when you go to the greatest rodeo on the planet, everybody wants a job in December, and we're lucky to be here.
Yeah. So, and same question for you, Wayne, because if I remember right, your first announcing opportunity at this rodeo, you weren't one of the full-time announcers, but you were making a special introduction. Is that right? Am I close on that?
Yes, exactly. And you'll remember back in the day, the alternate announcer, as they called it, did all those late night rehearsals and did all the paperwork and lined everything up and did not get to talk at all. So, yeah, the first couple of years, and just to fall back on what Roger said, I was standing next to Bob Tallman, and I mean, my knees were shaking as bad as they could shake. And the lights went down, and he said, "Never let them see you sweat, kid." So, but yeah, just nerves and excitement. And I talked to Dusty Myers, our rodeo clown this year, that'll be in the barrel in the hall here just a little bit earlier, and he's that way now, absolutely. And so is our partner, Anthony Lucia. He's nervous and a little scared, but also excited and really glad to be here.
Bob's advice was good advice. Never let him see you sweat.
If you're not nervous, you probably don't care enough. I think it's good to have a little bit of edge, and then you go out there and you let the good times roll.
Yeah. So have you looked at races? Have you talked about, okay, these are going to be the very best? Have you gotten that far? And there's a table over here in this room that is just covered with, what'd you tell me, Roger? 37 trees gave their lives so we could. Yeah.
Companies in business.
But have you looked at a couple of races in particular you're really kind of interested in watching?
Well, something that we talked about before you turned the camera on, is that all-around race. And, I mean, that's the big news this year. Every event has a race with the amount of talent that we've got here. Cassie Mowry seems really hard to beat. She's kind of, you know, the jump jockey that can be on any horse and win. And but, yeah, every event has those races. And with the amount of money available, $36,000 plus in the round, $94,000 plus in the average, it's anybody's game.
How about you, Roger?
Well, 40-something years announcing rodeos, I've learned not to make the news, just report the news. But I'm 6'5", 6'6", 270, and I'm way too big. But there's a big man in the steer wrestling that has been a bridesmaid a couple of times, and I'm ready to see Will Loomis become a bride and take the gold shield.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. These guys have got one of the greatest jobs you can ever have, and they've had it for a long time. Both of them nominated to be the Announcer of the Year, an award Wayne has won 6 times?
5 times, yes, sir. Yeah.
And congratulations to both of you on all of your success. This is
His turn this time.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting little brotherhood we got going here. You know, the number of really good voices to be among the elite, it's kind of special. And you guys are both too humble to say that, but I'm going to say it. You two are among the elite.
Well, I'll tell you what, my favorite saying in the world is fake it till you make it. And so even that we've both been in it for 30-plus years, we're just pedaling the bike, just keep going down the road and trying to feed the family and pay the bills.
One of the greatest things about what we do for a living is everybody thinks that we are in competition with each other. And honestly, we're best friends. It's a fraternity. It's a brotherhood. And if I can't do a rodeo, Wayne Brooks gets a phone call. And, we want to cheer for our brothers.
Wayne Brooks, Roger Mooney. They're the guys that you will hear when you come to the Thomas and Mack alongside Anthony Lucia. Anthony's first appearance at the National Finals Rodeo. Guys, enjoy the heck out of it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Roger.